Hey, can everybody hear me? Hopefully. I'm gonna give it a second here and hopefully get a few more people. Yes, no, maybe so. Hey, Alex, do me a favor. Can you hear me? Just let me know in the chat. Hopefully. Awesome. Okay, sweet. Well, here for the Ask Me Anything. It's been it's been a long day already. But I definitely want to get into answering your guys' questions and hopefully it'll be a pretty good time. I'm gonna start just up at the chat and just answer them as they go, I suppose. Ghost asks, "What is the meaning of life?" Um, to me, I think the meaning of life is to discover your purpose and to fulfill that purpose. For example, if you are incredibly gifted at something, you hopefully will discover what that gift is and harness your talent to hopefully better your life and the lives of the people around you. Um, Jacqueline Olvera asks, "What got you into doing mystery archives?" Um, so I've had the idea since I want to say like 2016. I grew up doing or watching like shows like Unsolved Mysteries, A Haunting, and I always loved kind of the darker, like more horror oriented stories and shows and stuff, movies. So I was kind of thinking about it back then, and I was like, I would really love to do something like that. And I made I made one of those videos where I went over like different conspiracies or something, but I didn't have any money or equipment or anything to be able um to be able to like lay proper narration over it. So I just did one of those like text-based videos. Yeah, that'll forever be privated. But fast forward a few years later, 2020 I was working in aircraft as a painter and I got furloughed. So I was thinking about things that I could do that I could actually like put my passion into. And I was like, I revisited that concept and put out my Legend of Stole video and I did some scary stories videos and it just kind of evolved from there. And now 4 years later, we're doing it as a full-time job. So it's pretty exciting, actually. Let's see. You just finished eating, Alex. Very nice. What'd you eat, man? And you're having a premiere tomorrow at noon. Sick. I will try to be there. Brandon Jeffrey asks, "What was the scariest place you visited, and what's the scariest case that left you haunted for days after?" So this is actually something I've been planning on making a video on. I've just taken my sweet, sweet time with it. Hopefully, I did actually take video of when things were happening in real time, but they're on my old phone. I don't even know if I can access it because the screen got smashed. But if I can access it, I will definitely include those video clips in the video that I eventually make. Um, but actually, this was back, I want to say in January, right around New Year's. Also, if you hear some scuttling, my dog is laid out on the floor over here and she's clip clopping her paws on the floor. But back in January, I was hanging out, me, my fiance Meg, and my good friends Bob and Brittany. We were down there with Tales from the Dark. That's their podcast, and it is super sick. You should definitely go check it out. But we were all hanging out down in Kentucky, going caving and checking out various places. That's a whole story in and of itself. Like I started New Year's like 3 miles underground in a cave this year. So that was insane, but also super, super sick. And I've got some pictures and stuff of that. Maybe I'll put that up sometime or include it in the eventual video. But we ended up the first Airbnb we booked was right outside of Lexington, Kentucky. And We did not book it thinking, oh, just a second. I am live, babe. Sorry. Didn't want Meg to walk in unexpectedly. Um, anyways, sorry to get to the point, guys. Um, so we rented this Airbnb right outside of Lexington, Kentucky, and we went there, obviously, not expecting anything paranormal in the slightest. Well, we get there and everything was cool the first time we entered because we stopped there to load in, offload our stuff before we went caving, and essentially we had put all of our stuff in, we left, we did caving that first time, we went and visited a cave, and then we came back. And the second time we came back, all of the doors, like every single door in the house was unlocked. So we are like, that's super weird. So me and Bob's ex-army, ex-military. So we went and we swept the house, making sure no one had broken into the house. Cause I mean, obviously we don't know the area or anything like that. And it was kind of out in the middle of nowhere. So I would have been really surprised if someone would have actually, broke in. Well, while we were sweeping things, weird stuff started to happen. And back then, me and Bob didn't know each other super well, but like my impression of him was definitely not like he's a magician or he's trying to, you know, prank me or that kind of thing. Sorry, I have the burps a little bit. We very much are similar in a lot of ways. We're both like really calm. We do, we take stuff seriously. We call it how it is. And things started to happen. For example, items were being moved when we were together, and we were the only two in the house at that particular time. Brittany and Megan, I believe, were still in the car while we were checking. And it was just so weird. Like, we just had a weird feeling after that. And I'll get more into what was moved and all of that. But basically, we swept everything. We were like, okay, everything's cool. It's weird, but like it's fine. And then we left again. I think we went and got some food or something. And one thing we noticed, and this also wasn't listed on the Airbnb like description or anything, but there actually was a Confederate battlefield. Like the edge of the battlefield touched the property that we were staying on. Like it pretty much ended right where the property was. And up a ways up the road where the actual entrance to the memorial is, it's actually a mass Confederate grave, which was pretty crazy. I had never been to a Civil War battleground or memorial or anything like that before. I believe it was my first time in Kentucky. And we checked it out, thought it was super weird. I think we might have done a spirit box session out there. I'm not totally sure we were going to, but it might have fell on the back burner. I can't quite remember. I did take some photos of that as well. But pretty much after we visited that, we're like, wow, that's super weird. We go back to the Airbnb. Granted, we've been out a while. All the doors are unlocked, the windows are unlocked, and we're like, oh, this is weird. You know what I mean? So everyone's inside at this point. We had Brittany and Megan in the living room. And I'm just going based off of pure memory here. I mean, when I do the video, I will probably collab with everyone who was involved to get like the full picture and perspectives and all of that. But things started to move in real time. So we had at one point, me and Bob had gone into their bedroom and they had like their own bathroom in there. And we had opened the door. Oh, I'm jumping a little ahead. My bad. This had happened the first go. We had opened up the bathroom door and there was a big oval mirror that was on the wall there. That had been on the wall, I should say. And it was laying completely flat face up on the floor. And we decided not to tell Britt and Meg about it at first because we were like, we don't want to freak anyone out unnecessarily. Maybe somehow it fell and didn't, break somehow, even though the physics of it made pretty much zero sense. But fast forwarding back to when everything really started to go down, we were inside of the house. Things started happening, like I said, in real time. There was a statue of baby Jesus and Mary in the bedroom, same bedroom that Brittany and Bob would be staying in. Same one with the bathroom that had the mirror facing up. And every time we turned, almost for, oh god, I don't even know how long. It was so crazy. It kept moving positions. Like, we actually have an inside joke. We call it breakdancing Jesus because it wasn't funny at the time. Like, I can laugh about it now, but dude, it was so scary at the time because it kept moving different directions. And then there was a dresser in there that had these little leaflets, these little like glass decorative leaflet things, and they started to move. And what was even crazier was when I opened the door to where me and Meg were going to be sleeping, and there was a leaflet on my pillow. And I'm like, "Oh no, dude. I'm not having this." And then we're walking back and forth, and it seemed like every time we passed it, something would change. Like, either Jesus would be in a different position, the leaflets would be moved, the closets were opened up. Everything that was in the closet was being thrown out of the closet onto the floor. And I'm like, "Okay, like, even the greatest magician in the world is not going to be able to pull this off, right?" Like, there's no way that these people that I've grown to trust are that good. Even if they were somehow pranksters or magicians, what have you, they're not that good. And we were the only 4 in the house. I'm not gonna spoil absolutely everything because I would like to keep some of the story, which it gets way, way crazier, for the video. But I can say that s fast forwarding without giving all the details away, it was terrifying. And Bob and Brittany, who have been doing this way longer, are insane. And at one point, I think at like 4 or 5 in the morning, they're like, "We're gonna sleep for a little bit." So they go and lay down, and this thing was banging on the walls behind us. Like, me and Meg, we were on a couch in the living room, and it was banging on the walls. Meg started to doze off somehow, which is insane. I was like, "Bro, I cannot sleep in this house." So, um, I remember I was trying to, and every time I dozed off, it would hit the wall behind me. And I was like, "Dude, this is ridiculous." I was getting, angry because I'm like, "I'm exhausted. We've been out doing so much stuff all throughout the night, and then all this other paranormal stuff happened." And I laid on the floor. I remember because I was like, "Well, if it's banging on the wall, I'll lay on the floor, right?" Makes sense. And it started banging on the floor, like, underneath me. And there was a basement that was down there, which is kind of part of the story, but it was locked. And I'm thinking whatever was in that house, which the house is called Roy's Place. I don't know if it's called that on the Airbnb. I'm not gonna like give away the address or anything like that. Um, but yeah, it's long story short, I think that was the scariest place and experience that I've had. Definitely the most like malevolent and aggressive thing that I've ever seen. And yeah, no, needless to say, I said screw it. I took the hit on the money. I just booked us another Airbnb. So yeah, hopefully that wasn't too long-winded. Um, and there's a ton of details, like I said, but I will definitely be making a video on that for sure. Next one is going to be Alzura. What is your favorite Mystery Archives episode? That's a good question. I don't think I necessarily have a favorite. Um, I guess I've had a vision for everyone that I've made. I've wanted to, I don't know, I just kind of see how I want to lay this story out and the different things visually I'd like to accomplish. Um, One of the ones I'm pretty proud of is the haunting of the church, or the Church Street haunting in Michigan, that I put out, I want to say a month or two ago. That one I've been working on scripting for a long time, and I finally got it done and knocked out. And the way it turned out was pretty much exactly how I wanted it to be. Um, I have to say I'm super thankful for the Helltown, Ohio video, because that, if it wasn't for that video going viral, I don't think I would be where I am today. So it just happened at random, which was super cool. And yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Um Brandon Jeffrey again. What is your favorite urban legend, and which state have you visited? And which state have you visited the most in terms of hauntings? So this is actually something I've been pitching to my friends Bob and Brittany and Meg. Is I would actually eventually really like to do essentially house calls where we can go in for people that actually need the help, and investigate, try to get to the bottom of what's going on, and maybe make content around that. Oh, hello. Meg makes a cameo. Yeah, it's up to you wherever you want to chill out at. So yeah, oh yeah, I was gonna say I did get into the Roy's Place story a little bit, but I didn't want to get like full board all details, you know. Yeah, anyways, we were talking about doing house calls eventually. I think that would be pretty cool. But what's my favorite urban legend? God, I don't know. I definitely thought the Gates of Hell was pretty cool. Um, as far as the different stories surrounding it, even though I was able to debunk quite a few of them. I do think Stole, Kansas, which is one local to my state, which that was my very first video, actually. That one is definitely like I think it's just like nostalgia for me because that was the first one that I really discovered and got super into as a kid, and then obviously revisited all these years later. So that's probably my favorite. I'm sure there's a ton of really interesting ones though. It's hard to like pick favorites, you know, and when you find um things you're interested in within the stories of so many different things. Uh let's see here. Oh, I skipped down the chat. Oh no.
Yeah, I'm scrolling down the bottom. Hey Bob.
Andrew the Drew, how's Tinder or Bumble? I wouldn't know, bro. I'm engaged. And actually prior to that, I never used the dating app or anything. Like I think I'd made a profile on Tinder once upon a time, but I never did anything with it. Robert M, hiya, buddy. Hiya, buddy. Back. Outs again. I can't even read or talk today. Oh, never mind. That's not even a question. Sorry. Mr. Bob Hicks himself. And this is the same Bob that was with me at the Roy's Place, my good friend. What are your thoughts on paranormal tech as it gets more expensive? I wonder if we are entering the world of gimmicks versus actual investigative tools. You would know better than me, man. You've got all the tech. Like I've got studio stuff, etc. Which I mean, obviously you do too. But man, he is the tech guy for sure. Bob's got drones and spirit boxes. Like I said, him and Brittany have been doing this thing way longer. But to answer your question, you know, I really don't think it has to be that extensive. I mean, I really think you just need a spirit box and maybe a solid camera for a lot of the things. I mean, obviously additional stuff like the cat balls and whatnot is.
But cat balls aren't really that expensive, and I don't know if they're necessarily sold as.
No, they're not necessarily sold as, but I'm just saying like additional things that can help enhance the investigation. I think are definitely super cool, but I don't think absolutely everything is necessary. Obviously chime in. I haven't gotten fully down the list yet, so I am curious to read what you have to say on that bad boy for sure. Jason, hello from northern Minnesota. Hello, Jason. Hello, John Ryder. Hey, Scott from Dublin, Ireland. That's very cool. Can you cover the Hellfire Club? I've definitely heard of the Hellfire Club. I'm sure I could get to it at some point. Ara McCauley. Would you consider offering a place for people to submit spooky stories, folklore to consider exploring on your channel? It might be a cool way to get obscure tales. So, yes, if you have any stories, like if it's your own, if you have suggestions, right now you can email me at mysteryarchives@gmail.com. I do have a website, but I need to revamp it, and maybe I could start eventually steering people there to submit their stories. Hey, Ren with the smiley face. John, the Krogland vampire vid was great. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. That actually was written by Bob. He did the visual edits as well. Let's see. Andrew the Drew, serious question. Has anything changed after reading books out?
Reading our paranormal stories.
Got you. Thank you. I'm not so sure what you mean by changed. I definitely, take interest in exploring other people's stories and what have you. Brandon Jeffrey, I'd love for you to cover the Charman of California or the Bandage Man of Cannon Beach in Oregon. I have no idea what either of those are, but I would love to check that out for sure. Jason, do you ever plan on visiting Bobby Mackey's? So I would love to visit Bobby Mackey's, but the downside is I think it's going to be torn down before the end of the year. And right now, I think it's closed to the general public. I think they're moving or God, I can't talk, or they've already moved to a new location. So I would love to, but I don't think it'll be possible. I ate waffles and nuts. Thanks for asking. You're welcome, man. Waffles are great. John Ryder, do you think of doing a few cryptid videos like the Thylacine or the Macaulay Mbembe? I definitely would like to get more so into doing some cryptid stories. That would be pretty cool. So I don't have a ton planned at the moment. They just kind of, I don't know if I'm into them in the moment, then I make them. But I definitely will cover some more extensive stories in the future on cryptids. Aura Macaulay. Mel's Hole has some wild stories and theories behind it. I think you would do a great job with it. So much of the coverage is long-winded and super vague. So I definitely will cover Mel's Hole. I remember listening to the Art Bell interview with Mel. I think he might have done several, but they did different experiments and went through different stories and theories, and I think that would be a great source of information. So I'll definitely have to revisit that and see if I can do the story justice. Bushman's Hole. Haven't heard of that one either. Yeah, Mel's Hole definitely is a crazy, crazy story. Magic Maidenhay all decided to take a peep. Very nice. Love from the UK. Got to go to sleep. I'd love chatting with you people. Hell yeah, dude. I'll say it now and say it forever. Hopefully, I love this community. Everyone is super duper chill. Pretty much a reflection of me, actually. I'm pretty chill. I don't know, kind of boring. Wayne's World Unlimited. Completely new here. Very nice. Welcome aboard, my friend. See, I'm trying to get to any questions. I don't know. I don't even know if there is some. Rome, do you believe in sleep paralysis and shadow people? I definitely believe in sleep paralysis. Shadow people, I mean, Bob actually has a crazy video of a shadow person he captured. Oh man. Well, thank you, Jay. So much, Jason. Thank you, Jason, for the super chat, my guy. Here's something to help with the channel. Keep up the amazing content. Well, thank you so much, brother. I definitely will. Thank you. I'm not used to that. I don't do lives a whole lot. So I'm like, whoa. No, much appreciated, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, with shadow people, I mean, God, so God, I don't want to dox them, but all right, I won't go into why. No, I was going to talk about the time we saw the shadow person like a couple months ago at Bob and Brittany's. Remember? We were in the gamer bed.
Oh.
That was weird.
Oh, how would that be doxing him?
No, well, I don't want to give, okay, I won't give away anything about the area they live in, but they live in an old firehouse, which is crazy in and of itself. And I think the upstairs used to be a morgue, if I'm not mistaken. And in the guest bedroom that we usually stay in, quote, in the gamer bed, because it has LED lights, which I hate, but Meg really likes. We were laying there one night getting ready to go to sleep, and there's light in the room from the LEDs, and we saw at the same time in real time this weird gangly looking shadow person move from the wall beside the door and to the other wall. It was weird, man. I still don't know what to make of it. Something like that. There's the closet, the door, and the wall, and it went across it. It was super duper weird. A lot of weird stuff happens in that house, banging on the door at random times, and Bob and Brittany are completely across the other side of the house. That's always cool. Yeah, it's it's trying to wake you up. Nice. It's super weird. Do you have a phone number for people to call in? You know, man, I don't, but that's a great idea. Maybe I should do like a Skype or something where I can actually talk to people. Dude, I'll have to write that down. Skype phone for call-ins. That is a sick idea for sure. I've never thought of, I mean, I've thought of doing something like that, but I don't know, dude. I've never done it, but that might be kind of cool. Let's see. Did you ever have this is from Joshua McWilliams. Should probably read the names. Did you ever have an experience when you were younger that got you into the unexplained? So yes, actually, I've had several, and I'm actually planning on making a video on it. But I've lived for sure in 2 haunted houses. The third house, thankfully, I haven't really had too many experiences in this house now, but the house that I lived in before this, I had a couple of weird experiences too. But to answer your question, yes, and there's a lot to that. So I definitely will unpack that as well in a video. Hopefully that isn't too disappointing, but there's a lot of details that span years with that question. Let's see here. Bob, the entire night was insanity. Dude, yes, it was. Like I said, we need to collab, and I need to get everyone's perspective so I can get a fuller story, because I can only remember and say so much on my end. But yeah, that shit was absolutely insane. Let's see. Lynn Pierce, where would you recommend going to for a really scary investigation? What state or city? So I haven't been investigating too long now. I mean, really, Bob and them introduced us kind of to the world of it. We went and filmed a documentary in Indiana, which was super cool. It's still in the works right now. That was my first like professional investigation, because before I had done one at the Sally House in Atchison, Kansas, and it definitely was not professional by any means. It was still a really cool experience, but that was my very first trying to go out into the field and, actually capture something. Oh man, that's a good question though.
Well, I mean, the scariest that we had was the random Airbnb that you mentioned.
Yeah. Our scariest for sure has been Roy's place, but I'm trying to think of like places people could visit or book, or you know what I mean?
I mean, Point Pleasant is really cool to go
I will say,
area.
visiting Point Pleasant, the town itself is really eerie and really interesting. I don't know if anyone has dived super deep into the Mothman story, but it's definitely worth checking out. The TNT area right outside of Point Pleasant, where the Mothman supposedly lived, I would recommend everyone go check out. And we definitely have one of the scariest voice box sessions there. That Meg never thinks anything is scary because she's crazy, but when something in real, when I was recording the session, and I have this video too, where, I just have the camera in the car, we have the lights off, we're doing the spirit box session, and something asked me to cut the camera, and things are referring to me by name via the spirit box. It's a little intense. So I find that pretty spooky. I'm not going to lie.
But that way you don't have to book anything. You can just go to Point Pleasant.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you don't have to necessarily book anything there. You just go. It's like is it a designated national park there? I don't know the legalities behind it, but anyways, we went there at like 2 or 3 in the morning. Don't sue me. Let's see. John Ryder, like forcing a parent to pick their favorite child with the videos. Yeah, for sure. Like I said, a lot of time and on various fronts goes into making each video. So it's hard to choose. Hopefully that answers your question, Lynn. That would be my one suggestion off the top of my head. Mayumi, good day. Is it possible to hire me for voiceover work? Enjoyed your videos on Chateau de Armois and Houska Castle. Came across your channel on that. Worth the watch. I mean, yeah, I would love to do some voiceover work. I would love to do voice acting. I'm just not sure how to get into it. But yeah, absolutely. If you want, send me an email, just mysteryarchives@gmail.com, and we can see what you want to do and just kind of go from there. Bulldog, you should take calls. Somebody close to me, astral planes at night, and see shadow people. I definitely will look into taking calls, maybe on some future lives. That would be pretty cool. You definitely have a voice for recording. Well, thank you, Jason. I appreciate that, man. It's one of my gifts. Very lucky. Magic Book of Horror. When did you get into the paranormal along with creating your YouTube channel? So I did kind of get into that a little bit. I grew up having a few different paranormal experiences, and I initially created the channel in 2016, I believe, and then revisited it and actually started making content in 2020. A bunch of people are saying hi, Meg.
Yeah, that was when I showed up.
Oh, dude, I'm up there. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we only have like 21 people in here. So like, I mean, I don't know. YouTube's been super weird with notifications and stuff anyways. So no big deal. Oh, that's a good question. So this is random online activity. I wanted to hear your video of Peggy the doll, but your warning about people experiencing distress from watching or even hearing about the doll kind of scared me away. Did you experience any weird phenomena? Personally, no, I didn't. But there is a bunch of stories, I think, on Reddit and just the internet in general of people that did.
We've always spoken really respectfully about Peggy, and who's the one that I don't like to look at?
Robert.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to
really
respect I mean people in general, entities. I don't need any crazy astral monsters coming after me. But yeah, no. It's funny because the very first time, this is before I met Bob and Brittany, they had me as a guest on their podcast, Tales from the Dark, and we talked about Robert the doll, and Bob was like, "You're out here making tulpas," and I was like, "What is a tulpa?" And it's like, well, basically, where, you know, I mean, this is going to be like the textbook definition, but where, you know, an object essentially takes on a life of its own through various means of attention and, you know, devotion to it. And I was like, you know, inadvertently, I might have added to Robert as a tulpa. I don't really know. A lot of people have watched that video. Matthias.
Referring to an area where you can put recommendations and suggestions for videos. That's on the Discord.
Oh, dude, actually, yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, so with this next video, which I'm going to be putting up either tomorrow or Saturday, it just depends on when I get it done, is technically the second episode of Subscriber Stories. And with that, I'm going to put a link to our Discord and do like an official launch. I'll do some community posts and stuff too. Dang, Jason, man, thank you so much. Dude, she has she has a lot of toys. She is spoiled, man, but we're always getting her more. And yeah, her treats are expensive. I've been getting her like the bulk packs of dentist sticks. And I think right now she's got the Beggin strips. She got a few different Beggin strips, and she's got like some the blue buffaloes. Yeah, those are expensive too. So I definitely appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Got to figure out how to get. Okay, it was frozen for a second. Let's see. Bob, I think I agree. It's definitely a tough topic to dive into. There's certainly tech that I think is a great enhancement to an investigation, but there's certain stuff that is just gimmicky. I agree, man, when it comes to the equipment, for sure. Caveman, dear Cody, is mayonnaise an instrument? I think it depends on who you ask. Yeah, I mean, maybe kind of a drum, really, I guess. Yeah, we did make a place for that, Matthias says. So, well, yeah, we'll definitely have to get that Discord going strong for sure. I've been sleeping on that so long. I just keep forgetting to launch it. So, Matthias, I am sorry for that. Yeah, just traveling and content and a whole bunch of other stuff, personal stuff, family members passing, that kind of thing. So, yeah, sorry about that, man, for sure. Jeepers, the Night Stalker Creepers. What, my man? I'm not sure what that refers to, but that's hilarious. Mark Waters, love your narration, Cody, the master of the macabre. I love that moniker, man. Thank you so much. I don't, you know, I've got a little bit of an ego. I think most people do, but I would say, and Meg, I don't know, maybe you can chime in on this. It's not too terribly out of control,
no.
Is it? Okay.
And if it ever gets out of control, I have no problem bringing it back down.
I love how like half your face is in the shot.
I know. I don't want
here. I don't know. No, you don't have to be in it. It's fine. I'm not tripping about it. It's whatever you're comfortable with. Question: what's your take on Indrid Cold, the Grinning Man? So definitely very interesting. If you listen to, was it Darren Woodberger? Oh God, what is his name? Darren Berger.
Darren Berger.
Woodrow Darren Berger.
We reversed.
I was getting ready to look it up because I haven't thought of it in a long time. His interviews I thought were really, really interesting. His audio interviews. I definitely would recommend checking out his books. I believe I'll have to see if his daughter is still alive.
Pretty sure that she is.
I just knew that she had some health problems and stuff.
And
No, I think she might have passed away, but she commented on their experiences with Indrid and with various other entities. I think she put out some books too. I definitely would recommend checking those out.
and
I think it's a bit of a loose connection to Mothman, via the Mothman prophecies. I haven't delved super deep into them. I need to read some more books and do some more research. I know Bob very much was into that. What was the author of the main? I think it was the Mothman prophecies, wasn't it? Is it John Keel?
Yes.
Okay, I'm trying to get my names right.
Sure.
Yeah, Bob definitely knows way more about that, and I wonder if
Well,
they've even dived into it on their podcast.
I think that the connection is kind of like synchronicities. When people look at things individually, like just the
Synchronicities are
cryptids,
crazy, dude.
just the UFOs, just ghosts or whatever,
Right.
you kind of miss the full scope. But with Point Pleasant,
Mhm.
and especially with Mothman and then Indrid Cold, it was one of those hot spots. And so it wound up being a culmination. So around the same time period
Mhm.
that the Mothman prophecies and all that was popping off, Indrid Cold was also there. So I think it kind of, there was some sort of a gateway or something that
Right.
Went
That
on.
that makes sense. I think my
That's kind of
personal
the
experience that I got when we went there was I definitely felt like the veil was thinner between this world and whatever the next
Mhm.
world is there. And I do think there are places all over the world that exist like that. Yeah, great question. Basically, I find it interesting, but I'm not too well versed in the knowledge of it at this particular moment. So, sorry about that. Kelsey Foster, I'm a military wife, and I can't begin to tell you the number of hauntings these places have, especially Fort Riley in Kansas. I've heard that before. I run the Haunted Fort Riley Facebook page. Dude, that's sick. I definitely should join. Small world, man. Very small world. I've been over to Fort Riley a couple times, actually. Pardon me. Like I said, man, I'm so slow on answering these. I'm sorry, guys. We'll get through it, I promise. Brandon Jeffrey, have you ever thought about asking some legit psychics to come out and help with investigating? I've thought about it. I don't know any personally. Maybe Bob and Brittany do. It's definitely would be worth asking about. Yeah, no, I'd be open to it for sure. Assuming they have a good track record, they're trustworthy, that kind of thing, for
Yeah,
sure.
that's the hard thing.
Yeah, dude.
When filming with anybody.
Oh,
interviewing with
man,
anybody,
that's yeah, it sucks. I mean, this is with a lot of things, but definitely the paranormal community. And I don't want to hate on
I
it
think
as
it's
a
all
whole
the
too much, but there are some really awful people that exist in this sphere. And there's some also amazing people, don't get me wrong, but
amazing
like you
people.
can get double crossed by some people, and it's crazy. I would just say just trust your gut and just try to, I don't know. That's with anything though, really.
Mhm.
There's good and bad people everywhere, but definitely this community as a
We've had
whole.
experience.
Yeah. We've had some experiences, boy, let me tell you. Let's see. Isaac Wood, hey man, I haven't seen you in so long. Hope you and your family are good. I try to catch all the videos I can. Just wanted to say how proud everyone is of you. If that is the Isaac Wood that I grew up with, which I'm not, I'll have to message him to see because that would be crazy. A, thank you guys so much. B, I hope you are doing good, man. I would love to get in touch and get updated and hang out sometime. That would be sick. Yeah, if that's the Isaac that I grew up with, I mean, we played football together. We did wrestling together. I used to hang out at his house, vice versa. Yeah, dude, family's super duper cool. I hope the family's doing good, bro, for sure. hopefully you're still trucking, doing the electrician thing, hopefully making some pretty good money. Magic Book of Horror. Actually, I'm going to send a message real quick just so I don't forget. Because that would be insane. Because I haven't heard from Isaac since we lived at the Millwood house.
Which was interesting in and of itself.
Well, it's been at least 5-6 years.
Yeah,
I guess we will find out. Message
house
sent.
Was where when I first moved in with Cody. It was
Mhm.
to the Millwood house, and I wound up having hypnagogic and hypnopompic hallucinations, where it's basically as you're falling asleep or you're waking up.
Yeah, you used to have.
Hallucinations, and I'd see things all the time, and I figured it was just my brain because I've always had a really active imagination with like dreaming, nightmares, that sort of thing. But then we moved into this house, it stopped completely.
Yeah, it was weird, man. You used to see like spiders and like my cat Kara at the time, like ascending as like a deflating balloon. It was some weird stuff, man.
People standing by your side of the bed. It was always on your side of the bed.
Yeah, you woke me up one time and you're like, there's people standing over you.
No, I never woke you up to tell you.
No, or maybe I was falling asleep.
We were falling asleep and I saw the red lights.
Oh yeah, you saw the weird red lights, and then like you scare the hell out of me. It's pitch black in the room, and then you pass back out, and I'm like, dude, I'm like, come on. I think I was working first shift at that time too, so I was oh my gosh, it's hilarious. Oh, let's see what else we got, guys. From Sean Johnson, have you done a video on 30 East Drive, Pontefract, Black Monk, most haunted place in Europe? That's actually really interesting. I just had a guy that messaged me. He messaged me back in April, but I finally got to his message. I think it was on either Instagram or Facebook. And he actually suggested that as well. So that's kind of fresh on my mind a little bit. I don't know anything about it, but as a topic, I think I definitely will put it on the list to cover for sure. Andre Santos, you should look into reverse speech. I've spent hours upon hours transcribing reverse speech, and you'll find some stray things in there. I don't really. What does that mean, bro?
I don't know. I asked. They might answer further down.
Yeah, you might have answered further down, but as I'm reading it right now, I'm very confused. Right. Oh, that would be crazy. Something that something I need to do that for some reason this reminded me of it is to go and get another digital recorder and just go leave it out at cemeteries and see if I can get some EVPs, because that's actually a really common way to capture them. Anyways, totally.
Goatman's Bridge.
Yeah, Goatman's Bridge. Joshua, do you have any interest in researching Goatman's Bridge? I have a friend from that area. He used to tell me some crazy stuff. Yeah, dude, for sure. Goatman's Bridge. I've been meaning to make a video on that for a really long time. I think I could hopefully do it justice. Wasted Two Rivers, Orthodox Review. I think he did a video on the Moon-Eyed People of Murphy. I did not, but that sounds interesting. I mean, I'm gonna write all this stuff down. So Moon-Eyed People of Murphy. Sweet. I always appreciate suggestions. That way I never run out of ideas.
Moon-Eyed People up in, what is that? Is it Wakanda?
Wakanda?
No.
No, I don't think Wakanda exists, bro.
No. The place that has the place that's up by the national park that Bob and I initially took a little tour through. It has the place that I got the sweater from. There's like a bunch of.
I wasn't there, bro. I don't know.
No, you have.
I don't think I was there. I might have visited it at some point, but
I can't remember. It's this small town, Southern Illinois.
Dude, I don't know.
Bob, tell me. Bob, help.
If you figure it out, let me know. Oh, okay. Reverse speech is Andre Iantos. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. Reverse speech is recording and reversing the track. It's very similar to an EVP recording and reverse message in music. Got you. Yeah, that would be interesting. I've never thought of that. I didn't realize that was a thing that people studied, but I'll have to check that out. Samsung. Would you ever start I love that they say spoopy.
Maconda.
Maconda. Okay.
So
There's moon people of Maconda.
It's like the moon-eyed children.
Oh, or like the black-eyed children.
There's
Is it the same? I'm not sure if it's the same.
I know.
Well then.
That are up in that national park.
Huh. That's not creepy at all. And a place we could go visit.
No, we talked to a little old couple that told us.
Oh, you talked to an old couple? Oh, that's right. I remember. I vaguely
Bob
remember you
spoke to
telling
them.
me that now, actually.
I was doing my thing climbing a mountain.
But yeah, I love that you use spoopy because me and my cousin Brett and my brother Caden, we would say spoopy all the time. We still do it every so often. But would you ever start a spoopy cold in secret, then write spoopy episodes about that cold? I don't think I have the time to start a cold, but man, I think that's where the money is. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just gonna leave it at that, dude. I don't want to get in trouble for anything. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm slowly. I've been trying to stay off of my villain arc. So, Elaine Collins are toys for her new sibling. Yes, no, not no. Elaine has been getting me to try to take a puppy from her for like months. Yeah, I didn't tell you because we don't need another dog.
No,
They're big dogs too. They're like I think it's like Mastiff mix, big old dog.
No,
They'll be big old
Luna's
dogs.
freaked out by anything that's like a smaller version of what she's used to. So small dogs and children, especially babies.
Yeah, she is perplexed.
So she probably.
Hey, Cryptic. Yeah, no, she is a strange little creature, but we love her. Well, she's not really that little, but I mean, she's little to me. She's like 80 pounds. Jason, I get my oh my god, the Puggle. That's amazing. I get my Puggle the apple cinnamon blue buffalo treats. Nice. Yeah, Luna's had that. And for anyone who's curious, I'm sure I've said it a few times. I don't know if I've said it in the stream, but Luna is actually half husky and half Great Pyrenees, and all vibes, no brain, all vibes. She's a goober. She's just laying on the couch right now. Prairie Winds and Wildflowers Spiritual Arts. Super nice to meet y'all. Just sub and liked. I'm a born psychic, empathic, intuitive medium, and have many of the spiritual clairs my daily. Well, I'd love to hear your stories for sure. And that sounds awesome. Appreciate you being here. You got to post more because you have good stuff, Derek Bird. I appreciate that, man. It just sometimes life gets in the way and it takes a long time to make content, but especially this month and moving forward, I'm really trying to produce more content. So hopefully I can get you some more. Really, Nunya? No, I don't, bro.
Oh.
Yeah, don't read it out loud. I'm not trying to get God on here. So negative, Ghost Rider. I do not. And then you ask me anything. Valid point, but that is a no.
You can ask.
Cryptic Wander. Oh yeah, I remember we were talking on Facebook. I still want to go ghost hunting sometime ever since I found you with the Sally house. It's been on my bucket list for $1,500. Like I said, man, I mean, we'll figure something out for sure at some point. I do think it would be cool to team up and see if we can't go out and figure, find some stuff, investigate some stuff. Yeah, I know you're always down.
Take me.
Got to go. Keep up the good work, man. Well, I appreciate you being here, Andre or Andres. I'm not sure. Hopefully, I'm saying your name right. Alzira, do you have any favorite cartoons? Yeah, I do, man. I love cartoons. I don't really watch them a whole lot anymore, but I grew up on a ton. I loved Courage the Cowardly Dog growing up. Batman the animated series, which that makes all the sense in the world now. Anime though, I got super into anime as well, especially the ones that were on like Adult Swim and Cartoon Network, like Toonami, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT. Actually the color scheme for some reason in GT I always thought was cooler because it was like a darker shading. Oh, my dad's in the live.
Hi.
Hey, Dad. Inuyasha, Trigun, the classics, man, for sure. I have a lot more, but I'll keep it short and sweet. Dizzy Dragon, have you tried Randonautica? I haven't personally, but I did a long, long time ago. It's probably not even still up. I covered some Randonautica stories when that topic was hot, but people have definitely experienced some crazy, crazy stuff with Randonautica. Let's see. Like I know one story in particular, and it might not be the only story, but like people were like showing up and like finding bodies and stuff. Like it's weird. I don't know, dude. I don't know if I want to go that deep, you know. Elaine Collins, maybe one on, and that's the same Elaine that I used to play D&D with, by the way.
Oh, hi, Elaine.
Yeah, she's super cool.
Madame Lalaurie.
Yeah, Madame Lalaurie, not a ghost per se, but still creepy AF. I agree. Yeah, no, I definitely should look into her story some more. Yeah. Wait, what?
Blood.
Oh, okay. No. Samsung, we need more Tartar and Mud Flood content. Just had Taco Bell unrelated. Maybe. I love the maybe. It's so ominous. Tartar and Mud Flood. I don't know a ton about what that is, but I will write it down so I can check it out. Sounds interesting. Oh, let's see. Caveman. Caveman, thanks for answering my ridiculous question. Also, I suggest you research Marcus Wesson. His story is very dark. All right. We will check that out for sure. Hey, Kimberly, you're on lunch break at work. Very nice. Hopefully you're eating something good. Sean Johnson, your voice is brilliant at telling stories, by the way. I've listened to them all class, man, and background music is brilliant. Well, thank you so much, Sean. I appreciate that, man. Kimberly Shepard, you're the best, Cody. Well, I mean, I appreciate that. I would say I wouldn't be anything without you guys, so I definitely appreciate that very much. Spiders, no way. I see those too. You know, I've heard that that's a really common thing with like hypnagogic hallucinations when people are trying to fall asleep. They see like spiders or.
I thought Nanya was just saying like, I see spiders too, as in like normal ass spiders.
Oh, well, we definitely see normal spiders too, for sure. That's hilarious. Definitely have a soothing voice. My youngest falls asleep when I have your videos on. Oh yeah, I remember you telling me that, and he had asked me some questions when we were at the kid's birthday party. Yeah, he's a good kid for sure. Anything to get the rascals to chill out and fall asleep, right? Hey, it helps everyone. Let's see. East. Magic Book of Horror. How many pets do you have? I have 2. I have Luna the dog, and I have a turtle. Her name is Kush. Yes, it is named after what you think it is named after.
You were in what, high school?
Yeah, I've had her. Gosh, she's like 11 or 12 now. She's a red-eared slider. She's in a big old aquarium in a room that's actually behind that bookshelf. She is probably also extremely crazy because she has lived in an aquarium her entire life. I got her. Well, I found her. A friend of mine's mother found her when she was like the size of a 50-cent piece, and basically was like, "Oh, I got something in the car. Go look in the car." And I happened to be the one that found her in her car, like in her center console or something. She's like, "Okay, she's your problem now." And I was like, "What?" And like I was scared because she was so small. I didn't just want to let her like go. So yeah, I've had her since she was itty bitty, and she's crazy. I thought she was a boy for the longest time. She is definitely not. She is a she. I had a few drinks one night and at my old house, actually right before me and Meg got together. And I think that was the first time you got introduced to me on the smoking patio at our job.
You heard your voice. You were freaking out because it turned out Kush was a girl.
Yes, Kush was a girl because she laid an egg. And I remember I was rather inebriated at the time, and I had looked into her aquarium, and I was like, "How did you get a piece of banana? I don't have any bananas." And I was like, "That's not banana. That's an egg. That's Kush is a girl." And then I was like, "Oh, and she's eating the egg." And it traumatized me, dude. I was freaking out. So I went to work. I think it was the next day or sometime, maybe the day after, and I had to retell the epiphany that my turtle was actually a female. So if you didn't know, they can lay eggs that are unfertilized, and then they eat them sometimes, which is also crazy. So yeah. Let's see. They just want you to think Wakanda doesn't exist. Fair point. Who is they? Oh, that sounds interesting. Reino Magico. Is this from Dizzy Dragon? It's a graveyard in Mexico where they have a ton of white statues that Snow White statues that supposedly move around. That sounds creepy, and I'm gonna have to write that bad boy down real quick before we get to some more questions. Kimberly Shepard, what is your favorite color, Cody? I would have to say probably like a deep blue, like a sapphire blue. I love that color. Paris Catacombs. Oh, dude, the catacombs are so creepy. Stories of people getting lost in the catacombs are terrifying for sure. God, it keeps jumping around. I'm always down for a cult. Dude, I know you are, bro. Be my cult organizer. Lynn Pierce, thanks, Cody, for all your hard work. Please keep it up. I really enjoy your content. Stay safe and God bless. Well, thank you very much, Lynn. I see you all the time. I very much appreciate you. Thank you. Bob Hicks, we need Luna Charles puppies. No, we don't, bro. They would be so cute. I wouldn't be able to resist anything they wanted. So, for context, Bob and Brittany have several pets. One of their pets, his name is Charles. He's a derpy little chihuahua, and they've been trying to get us to mate Luna and Charles to make what are they called? Chewuskies? Something like that. They're super cute, dude. They're too cute. It's not allowed. That's hilarious. Elaine, yeah, they'll only be 70 or 80 pounds, referring to the puppies. Only 70 or 80. Like, I already have one of those, and it's totally not big or anything. It's fine. Megan wants a friend for Luna. Puppy would be perfect. Maybe if I had a bigger house, honestly, but God, I don't. I have a little baby house. My house is like 900 square feet. Yeah, I'm a big rich YouTuber in my little tiny 900-foot house. I drive a cool car though, I guess. So that's, that's a thing. Sometimes I can only afford to drive it sometimes.
You can afford to drive what you want, but it's smarter to save the money in the mileage.
You're right. Magic Book of Horror. Have you ever used a Ouija board? And if so, do you have any experiences with it? I've never used one because I know several very credible people that have had some crazy experiences with Ouija boards. And yeah, no, not about that. I will, I was gonna say all about do everything else, but I'll let someone else handle a Ouija board. I'm good on that. Oh, my dad. The original animated series. Yeah, Batman the animated series. I'm sure you of all people would know how into Batman the animated series I was as a kid. I was Batman for like the majority of my Halloweens, like at least 7 or 8 times. Like different incarnations of Batman. Like one year I was Batman Beyond, I think. Whole bunch of stuff. Let's see. Cryptic Wanderer. I've already used my vacation time for the year, so maybe next summer it'll give us time to find a really scary place. Yeah, that sounds good, man. We can plan it out, take our time, that way no one feels rushed or anything. Let's see. Marcos, what does it mean when Satan reveals himself to you and he doesn't say a word? Well, I've never had Satan reveal himself to me that I'm aware of. I mean, maybe, bro. I don't know. There's so many things I could say about that, but I don't know, bro. I don't know what that means. I definitely would consult whatever spiritual advisor you have. That sounds crazy. Oh yeah, I did. Oh yeah, Alzura. Did you watch Bo by any chance? Yeah, I wasn't super into it, but I remember when it was on TV. So yeah, I watched it sometimes for sure. It was goofy for sure. It's just it's like a it's like a mockery anime where this dude's like this. I don't remember the story, but it's like this big old dude that has like a blonde afro, and I think he has a mustache, and his mustache like slaps people, and like it's a whole thing. Bob, we had a wild Randonautica encounter. That was the closest I think I ever got to a cryptid. I don't remember if you told me that story or not. But you should definitely should text me the details of that because I don't remember, but it sounds insane. Kimberly Shepard, what is Randonautica? Randonautica, I believe, was an app that would give you random coordinates and like things were like interweaving between the different coordinates that really shouldn't have, and people were having crazy experiences. Um, da, 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 da. Sorry, the chat keeps kind of glitching out for me here. The cartoon I judged all others by was Space Ghost and the Herculoids. Very nice. The only Space Ghost I watched was on Adult Swim, and it was Space Ghost Coast to Coast. And it was more like adult humor. And I guess like compared to like the action animes I was into at the time, I wasn't super into it. There's a lot of creepy. This is from Will Nico. There's a lot of creepy stories about Louisiana cemeteries. Dude, I believe that. And how they have to bury people in Louisiana is really interesting too.
Oh, because of the.
It's different with I think it's because it's below sea level. It's like a different process. I think they're in. I don't remember exactly, and I could be wrong on this, but I think they bury them in like graves or like buildings to where they're elevated, something like that. It's a different. It's different from like they're not in the ground. I don't think.
I mean, that does make sense.
Yeah, because if it floods, you don't want bodies floating around everywhere. You know. Let's see. Kimberly, I have to get back to work, but this will be playing for you, Cody. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I hope you have a good rest of your day. You have since you were 16. I'm not sure what you're referencing, Dad. I'm sorry. All of this is. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I guess I have had her since I was 16. Oh my God, she's gonna be 14. Or already is 14. Because I'm gonna be 30 in a couple months. Oh, dude, that's crazy. They live a really long time though. And I definitely do my best to take care of her. Elaine, I have a couple of red-eared sliders. I hatched a clutch I dug up out of the road. 13 out of the 15 hatched. That's crazy. Damn, that's cool. I remember you sending us pictures. Yes, I remember, Father. See you on Saturday. I thought you guys were coming up tomorrow. Maybe they're coming up later. I don't know. I'll have to message him. George GTZ. What's good, Cody? Everything's pretty good right now, actually. I think. It's been real busy, making content, scheduling content, doing the contents. So I would say all around it's been pretty good. Let's see. Definitely great suggestions, Elaine. I will for sure write those down. Yeah, Bloody Benders. I remember reading about that. I've actually been to there's like a site where I visited. I can't remember where it was at in Kansas, but that definitely was a thing. It had like a backstory of it.
No, thank you, Cryptic.
Yeah. Speaking of Ouija boards, yeah, I don't know about that one. We'll figure that out. Bob, bringing a Ouija board camping with us. I mean, if you mess with it, I'm not messing with it. Yeah, I'll go camp somewhere else. Miss Annie Marie Angel. Hi, Mystery Archives. Love your episodes. Thought I'd pop in and say hi. Well, hello, and I very much appreciate you popping in. Eric, mostly a lurker, but your marathon episodes came in handy while flying to New Orleans. Don't have a question that comes to mind, but hope you and your family have a great evening. Well, thank you so much, man. I'm glad that I could keep you entertained or keep you company and help pass the time flying. And I hope the same for you, man. Thank you so much. George GTZ, you look possessed. Do I, bro?
No, it's because since you have to look at the chat,
Oh,
very much like looking over
yeah.
your
Well, I
shoulder.
have a big, like, wide, kind of arcing screen. My actual webcam is up on top here. So if you see me looking around and looking crazy, it's because I'm having to look at the chat and it's, yeah, it probably does look weird. So my bad, I guess. It's just how the setup is. Athena Wilfong, dude, when you drop a video, everything else for me stops. The presentation, your voiceover, all top notch. Well, thank you so much again. Um, this is what I love to do, and I'm just very grateful that I have people like yourself that enjoy watching the things that I work on. So thank you so much. Elaine, again, what is your craziest unexplained paranormal experience? Well, again, to reference Roy's place from earlier in the stream, that's definitely got to be it for sure. I think when we were out on the patio outside of the place where we had the kids party, not to give our locations away, I think I went into that a little bit. I think you'd asked me kind of something similar, but yeah, I don't know. If you want to message me, I can try to give more in-depth info. It's just going to take a while. Morbidly Mortis, have you ever experienced sleep paralysis? Yes. So when I was in high school, actually, funnily enough, this is one of the stories with living at the Millwood house. So this would have been back in like either 2009 or 2010. We had to get a new roof because we had a super crazy hailstorm. So there was construction for like, God, I don't remember. I feel like it was like at least 2 or 3 days. So we had like a really steep A-frame at the top of our house. It was like a shotgun style house. Anyways, that's beside the point. But after that, I started having sleep paralysis episodes, which I had had some as a kid. Interestingly enough, I don't think I've had any since this spell of times, but I remember waking up and I couldn't move. I felt like I couldn't breathe. I was freaking out. And then I heard like what sounded like dozens of people whispering in my ear. This was right after the construction finished. And then I don't know if my dad remembers, if he's still in the chat, but I ran downstairs and I didn't want to sleep upstairs, like up in my room for like 2 weeks after that. I was so freaked out. So yes.
We're almost caught up.
Are we really?
Mm-hmm.
Aura Macaulay, have you ever been disappointed when you've debunked a story? Not disappointed, I don't think. If anything, I think it's important to just stay truthful. I catch a lot of flack for getting things wrong sometimes. I really do try to get the best info that I can and from a variety of sources and just kind of try to condense it all together. But I'm human. I make mistakes, stuff happens. But with debunking stories, if anything, I think it's interesting, for example, like with the Gates of Hell video, to kind of see maybe perhaps where these rumors came from. And then sometimes, it does kind of uncover some more validity, and other times not so much. Brandon Jeffrey, did you ever watch Portals to Hell? I've heard of it. I think it's a TV show, but I haven't actually watched it. Maybe it's good though. Maybe I will have to check it out. Elaine Collins, they're in vaults so the coffins can float when it floods. Oh, so they are still in coffins. They just have vaults. Talking about New Orleans, or just Louisiana burials. Very interesting. Floppy, your videos help a lot. Never change your style. Well, thank you, my friend. Yeah, I don't plan on it. So hopefully I can just add to what I make. So Athena Wildfong. The scariest place I personally have been was Waverly Hills. It's where I had my very first paranormal experience. One of my earlier videos, I covered Waverly Hills, and there definitely seems to be a lot of crazy stuff going on there. I would love to visit that place for sure. Alzura, holy crap, Cody is younger than me by 2 years. I'm old. Well, I'm old too then. Felt. Dude, I used to feel older until I started going to the chiropractor. Like, I'm like, oh God, I actually feel like I'm not dying anymore. That's cool.
And Cryptic said, like I said, I'm down for doing dumb things for results. And the thing is you don't have to do the dumb things.
Yeah, I was going to say you don't necessarily have to do the dumb things. If anything, I don't want anything following you home, because that I have for real seen that too, and that's some scary stuff.
No, Estes method is always gone.
Yeah, Estes method I think is definitely a solid way to go.
Keeps a separation between you
Yes.
so than a Ouija board.
So I'm not sure how much they can hear your responses. I hope the mic is picking everything up. So
sorry.
yeah, no,
Smoking.
you're good. This mic is very much like you got to very much be close to it for it to pick a bunch of stuff up, like your main voice. So I hope you guys can hear Meg what she's saying, and she's not just like a ghost in a tunnel. Yeah. Miss Annie Marie Angel, I love your videos. Would you ever use anything witchcraft? But I'm curious. So, contrary to a lot of the stories, I guess we have practiced witchcraft technically. I don't really consider it
Yes.
witchcraft, I guess. It's more to me just magic in general. Because I mean, if you think about it, even there's white magic and black magic kind of in everything. I mean, prayer technically would be a form of white magic, in my opinion. So yes, actually, when we started out our year, we did a ritual in the cave that I was talking about. Where we were, well, one of the caves, I should say. The cave that I was like 3.5. We had to have been at least 2 or 3 miles underground. It was crazy. But yeah, we did a ritual in the cave, and a lot of crazy stuff has happened since then. So I'm not totally convinced it was a good thing, but I'm hoping for the best. But not everything is like that either.
Since you brought it up, you were going to mention, but
What?
well, just the ritual in general. But we did it for the entire year.
True, we did do it for the entire year. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to bring it
What
up.
I keep saying is, since it's for the entire year,
that hopefully the
we're
craziness is
just coming
over
into,
and it's gonna
past
like
the halfway point, and
Yeah.
so it's you have to earn what you sow.
Yeah, no, I mean that's true. I can only hope for the best now, dude, because it has been, as far as negative things that have happened, it's been an absolutely unhinged year so
But
far.
good things have happened too.
Well, yeah, there's been a lot of good stuff too, but I do have to say, like, there's been some crazy stuff as well, for sure. Is it related to the ritual? I'm not totally sure. It could just be random, uh, random chance, but yeah, who knows? I hope not, but to answer your question, yes, I think technically so. I definitely would not go into anything like invocation or anything like that. I very much, if you were going to get into it, I would very much start. I don't even know. I mean, I don't do that. Like, I don't practice that much.
No,
So
but like protective things.
yeah, I would maybe look into like some protective spells or something like that.
Well, because in the TNT area, that's essentially what we did. before we
Right.
did
Yeah, that's true.
the
That's
assessment
true.
and stuff.
Sorry, we're probably throwing out a lot of details of stories that I haven't necessarily fully told. So like everyone's probably like, what the hell is he talking about? But
Sorry.
sorry.
My bad.
Oliver Gold, have you started looking up the Black Monk? Yes, actually, this was the gentleman I was talking to, that I was referencing in the Facebook messages. Yeah, I had someone else actually talk about the Black Monk and or suggest it rather. So I'm definitely going to look into it for sure. I'm not Avery. Any interest in covering Ricky Casso? I'm not sure who that is, to be honest with you, but I'll write their name down, see if I can check it out. Magic Book of Horror. Have you guys ever heard of the Hat Man? Absolutely. I think a lot of people have heard of the Hat Man. Actually, there was a community that used to exist on Reddit where people would like abuse a bunch of Benadryl. And there was a ton of stories. I'm not sure if it's where the Hat Man, pardon me, originated from, but I do remember there being a ton of stories surrounding that. So I'm just curious maybe if that's where a lot of the stories came from. But either way, I'm not trying to see the Hat Man. I'm good. I'm good on that. Athena, 30. I remember 30 from 20 years ago. Fair enough. Hey, but you got more wisdom, I'm sure. John Ryder, did you ever hear of the Colgarth Screaming Skulls? I think I vaguely heard of that, but I don't know a ton about it. I'll have to dive into it. Screaming Skulls. Sounds crazy though. Mark Waters, Cody, you have to check out the haunted McPike Mansion in Alton, Illinois. The whole town is haunted from reusing limestone blocks from the Civil War penitentiary to build foundations all over the area. That sounds like a recipe for a haunting. I will definitely write that down. That sounds insane.
That sounds good.
McPike Mansion, Alton. Illinois. Yeah, that sounds like you just want your entire city to be haunted. There's actually a theory with limestone as well that it like stores energy. Obviously
Mm,
that's
quartz.
what's that? Oh, quartz too. Yeah, but
Mhm.
limestone is another
Quartz and
thing.
limestone.
Sorry, I didn't want to cough in your ears.
Spare them.
I'm trying to. Hey, it's Cole. Hey, brother. Sorry, I've been slowly working myself down the chat. It's one of my buddies. Welcome to the live, my guy. Appreciate you. Cryptic Wander. If you ever do a sleep paralysis video, I have plenty of stories. I got it when I was 7 and have had it every other week or so since. Lesser known things are exploding head and chest syndrome. That sounds insane. And maybe it's because you're using Ouija boards, man. You gotta stop using the Ouija boards, brother. But I'll definitely keep you in mind, man, for sure. I do think we could maybe make something out of that in the future. All right. Betty Barker, the old TV series One Step Beyond was good. Series was number one. Step Beyond was good. The old TV series. I'm not sure if you're referring to Batman, like Batman Beyond in the old animated series of Batman, or if you're referring to Portals of Hell. I can't quite remember.
I think that was when we were talking about Portals of Hell.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to check it out for sure. Sean Johnson, what's the scariest story you've done and your favorite? That I've done, that I've covered. God, there's been so many. I'm actually a big fan of the and ironically, I mentioned this in the very first time I spoke to Bob and Brittany on their podcast too. Was I really enjoyed learning about the original Amityville horror case, the Lutz family case. George Lutz has a really good interview or series of interviews with the late great Art Bell that I would absolutely recommend anyone go listen to, because like everything that is discussed is just so much more than what people realize, and it's also one of the reasons why I think it pardon me, it was a legit haunting, at least a lot of aspects of it. So that's one of my all-time favorites. One of the scariest ones I'd have to say probably would be the haunting on Church Street in Michigan that I put out a month or two ago. Um, yeah, it's basically a story of careless invocation gone awry. And I know that I say a lot of like spooky demon names in the video. They've been changed to protect you. I don't think I mentioned that because I wanted people to wonder, you got to keep that allure of mystery. But for both of our protections, if you believe in that sort of thing, I changed it. Let's see. So hopefully that answers your question. Betty Barker, wait till you hit your 60s. Oh God, dude, I can only imagine. I already hurt now as it is, dude. I can't imagine like my 60s. I'm gonna be like, oh God, I'm gonna be like, I don't know, maybe advances in technology. I'll get like stem cells injected and have the body of like a 20-year-old again. I don't know. But as it stands right now, I feel pretty dang old. Samsung practicing witchcraft, taking melatonin and Advil before bed.
Oh, Cole asked a question.
Where? Oh, I must have missed it. My bad. Cole Miller, off the top of your head, have you done anything on any of the haunted crypts in Rome? I've heard many of them have some pretty good stories revolving around them. I don't think so, man. I don't think I've only covered a few things that have involved Rome, but no like major stories. I'll have to write that down. Haunted Rome crypts. Okay, let's see here. Roxanne Brown. Hi, Cody. Love your videos. I really like watching the marathons or just binging. Well, I appreciate you very much. It's how I live. So I really can't be more thankful for you guys choosing to watch my videos, truly. And also, this isn't a dig or anything because it's happened my entire life, but it's actually Cody with a K and not a C. But ironically, my best friend that lives next door, that has been my best friend since like the 4th grade. So like 20 years now, is Cody, and then his is spelled with a C. We were in the same class at one point, and it was always Cody with a K and Cody with a C. So I'm not Avery. Is there a case that you've come across that you didn't or couldn't cover for whatever personal reason? a case that affected you too much? That's a good question. And actually, before I answer that question, now that I really think about one of the scariest cases, because I delve heavily into the main book that covers any and all details around this case, was The Exorcism of Annalise Michel, otherwise known as Emily Rose. The movie The Exorcism of Emily Rose. That case is utterly terrifying, and it's really hard to figure out if it's mental illness or if it's actual demonic possession or if it's both. Like I said, I do a deep dive on a video that I have if you want to check that out. If not, I've got the link to the book in that description that you could check out. Anything and everything you could want to know is in that book.
It's a really good movie.
Oh, it's a great movie too. Yeah, for sure. It's one of my favorites, definitely. But to answer your question, is there a case that I couldn't cover for whatever personal reason? Not a paranormal case, but there for a while I used to cover missing person cases, and that just got way too depressing. Like, not only depressing in whatever happened to these people that caused them to go missing, but like putting yourself out there as a content creator that makes missing persons content, and genuinely tries to do something about, getting their story out there, having family members reach out to you. It got to be way too much emotionally, and I had to stop doing that. Not that I don't think it's a worthy or important cause, but it's just way too heavy for me. Let's see. I think I'm almost caught up. Let's see here. Tony Borgian. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. Hello for the first time. I would love to listen to some of your stories. Yeah, I've kind of been sprinkling hints that I'm going to cover them in videos that I've been working on. One of the newer videos I'm making, and then kind of in this stream. So I'm planning on laying it all out, maybe location by location. I might break it up into a couple different episodes and share that with you guys. Gina Porter, hey, love your videos. Again, thank you, Gina. Appreciate it. Jammerer, scariest places on earth from the 1990s, did a show on Athens, Ohio. Supposedly the whole town is haunted. Would love to see someone investigate that town. Athens, Ohio. Well, Ohio, I actually really like Ohio. Not a lot of people do. I had a great time when we were visiting Ohio. That's probably thanks to Bob and Brittany. Like, I love Skyline chili, dude. It slaps. I haven't been to a Bengals game, but like everyone that I dealt with in Ohio and just being around, where we were at, which was Troy, Ohio for the most part, was a great time. I thought it was cool, but there's probably some crazy, absolutely unhinged aspects about Ohio. So I definitely believe that is probably true. I mean, like Helltown, for example, even though there's a whole lot of conjecture and rumor surrounding it, etc. That's just one little area, and there's got to be a ton more in Ohio for sure. It's like that meme where it shows like the Dark Souls font. It says Ohio, and it's like the night, and then he's surrounded by cornfields. I love that meme so much. Ohio in a nutshell. Roxanne Brown, shoot, sorry, I forgot it was spelled with a K. Oh, it's all good. I don't take offense at all. Elaine Collins, I had friends in high school that were best friends named Cody and Cody, and they got each other's names tattooed on their rears. I don't think I would go that far, but that is crazy. That's a crazy coincidence. Cody. Yes. Cody. And then we've got all these cicadas out here. I'm just Cody. I just scream into the sky at all times. Miss Anna Marie Angel, I had found that case fascinating, but do you believe in demonic possessions? Exorcism of Emily Rose is my favorite too. Yeah, I definitely think it is one of the better modern exorcism movies. I wish they would have focused more on the story and less on the trial, but the trial was a huge deal, so I do kind of understand. They were trying to condense a lot of information into, I think, like a 2-hour movie. So yes and no. I don't think it's as cut and dry as people make it out to be. And I also think that it is extremely rare for it to be the real deal. Like what we would consider a demonic entity or a dark entity. Do I think it exists? Yes, I do, but I do think it is extremely rare. I do think that mental illness is rampant. So oftentimes that is probably what it is. But I also do think that if these things are as evil as we believe them to be, that they could perhaps be using mental illness as a shield of sorts. Like I've heard from many different sources. I know that Dr. Richard Gallagher is a great example, and I have a video on him from way back in the day. He was the psychiatrist who investigated demonic possession cases for the Vatican or like the Catholic Archdiocese of wherever he was at, and he's gotten pretty famous for doing that. But he had kind of mentioned that he believes that psych wards are some of the most demonically possessed places on earth. But yeah, he's also very analytical with his approach and definitely an interesting guy. I would for sure, if you check out my video or just, check out his interviews or his books, definitely worth it for sure. Let's see, what else do we got? Sean Johnson, have you been to see the Amityville house in person? Connecticut sounds like a very haunted place. I'd love to visit. I have not. I haven't been to Connecticut actually, but I would be open to it. As much as I as much as I hate traveling, I love visiting new places at the same time. It's a bit of a duality, but yeah, no, I would check it out for sure. Da, da, da. What's that?
They don't do Ouija boards at 30
Oh, Oliver Gold. They don't do Ouija boards at 30 East Drive because it's deemed too dangerous, and people have taken possessions at the house and returned them within days. I've heard that as well. I very much, if you go to a haunted location or even something like a ghost town, I would not recommend taking anything that isn't yours. A, it's rude, and B, it probably has something attached to it. And yeah, no one wants that. Yeah, no, I've also been to places where they're like, please no seances or Ouija board. We don't need any more hauntings going on within this place. Mark Waters, Cody, do you have your own, or do you do your own research, or do you have a team? So I have very few people that write for me. So Bob and Brittany actually are the only two. My cousin has written a few scripts over the years, and my old podcast partner Hayden wrote one. But for the most part, I write everything. At least now, I know there for a little bit, Bob and Brittany were writing a ton of stuff. So as far as that goes, I would say probably like a 70-30 split or 80-20 split. So yes, I do the majority for sure. Because just the styling that I go for and stuff, it's really hard to find people that can adapt to that. And basically we're just slowly but surely working on having Bob and Brittany do that, and it's helped me out a lot. It's helped me be able to get out more content. And that's just with the writing. They've helped a lot with editing and stuff too. So I definitely appreciate that. Elaine, Annalise Michelle's story has always broke my heart, regardless of whether it was possession or mental illness. I can't help but imagine how terrified and isolated she felt going through all that. Yeah, dude, I agree. It is such a tragic story. I mean, regardless of what you believe, she ended up losing her life, and it was a terrible, terrible thing. Oliver Gold, and one more thing, be sure to block out the sickening crime of what the monk did as well to keep YouTube happy. I definitely will. I'm not aware of what that crime is, but if I do end up making a video on it, I'll censor that for YouTube and probably just maybe include it in like a Patreon version or something. Kayla Marie, you can see Luna's tail flopping in the background. Kayla Marie, hello. Curious as a new fan, have you ever covered Pavaglia Island in Venice, Italy? Much love from Texas. Oh, my dad lives down in Texas, and I appreciate that, Kayla. Welcome, first of all, and second of all, I have not, but again, these are all great topics, man. I will write it down right now. Pavaglia Island. Okay. John Ryder, anyone look up Le Chateau de. I don't speak French, man.
But
You speak more French.
No, we haven't.
Yes, to hopefully not butcher the pronunciation. Meg chimed in, but no, we have not. But I definitely will write that down as well. Oh no, I lost it. Help.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Can I copy it? No, that's okay. I'll go back and I'll copy it. There's no way I'm going to be able to type that all out super duper quick. Vivian Yop. Hi, Cody. Thank you for your videos. How do you do your research? Is it looking things up on the internet, going on site? Sorry if this is a question that's been asked already. No, it's all good. I don't think it's been asked already. So mostly it's a variety of sources, books, articles, if they exist, but usually like documentaries, maybe podcasts. For I try to touch upon a variety, like I said earlier a little bit. I touch on a variety of sources to be able to. Dude, it's been an hour and a half already. That's crazy. I just realized the time. My bad. Oh, there goes a toy. She launched it. So yeah, the majority of it I do at home, just on the internet. On occasion, though, especially the last like 6-7 months hanging out with Bob and Brittany, we've definitely gone on site to a lot more places. I just haven't really incorporated it into content. We are working on filming another documentary, the four of us. It's just something that we're having to plan out and get another camera for, and that sort of thing. So great question. Elaine, commitment, sir. Your friendship has to mean a lot. Just kidding. They did a bunch of dumb stuff and had a friend with a tattoo gun. Oh God. That's how I got a lot of my tattoos initially. I mean, actually, and hopefully I just talked to my tattoo artist who ironically operates and lives in Ohio. And I'm working on getting my old half sleeve covered. So it's still a work in progress, but big old piece. Big old piece. I don't think I want to do a ton of stuff more though. I think I'm going to do a half sleeve on my other arm, kind of up to where the dragon is on this other arm, and call it a day. Maybe eventually like my kids' names or something if I have kids. Let's see. Commitment. Miss Annie Marie Angel. I'm so glad I got to speak to you, Mystery Archives, and see you in person. Oh, and see the person behind the voice. I'm really happy you mentioned my question and name. Thank you. I'm from the UK, and there are loads of stories here. Well, first of all, I appreciate you taking the time to not only tune in, but to ask a question. And yeah, I bet there are a ton of stories in the UK. I need to cover some for sure. We're actually, me and Meg and her family, we're actually taking a trip to Scotland in October, and it'll be my first time over in the UK. So hopefully I'll get to film some cool stuff there. Hopefully we can visit maybe some of the castles.
Yeah, we've planned in 3 different castles that are up by Abbeymoor.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
I don't pay attention to these things. I just do stuff, man. It goes in one ear and out the other. So anyways, yeah, we're going to visit some castles. I'll probably film some, a minimum, I'm going to film some stock footage there for sure. But hopefully we can find some stuff. But yeah, definitely need to do some more UK stories. I think one of the only ones that I've done predominantly out of the UK, out of England, was out of Cumbria, and it was the Anguished Man painting. So if you haven't seen that, I would recommend checking that out. The official channel is cool, and then I covered it as well. Let's see. Magic Book of Horror. I agree, doesn't sound very nice to take something that's not yours at a haunted location. Totally agree with you on that. Yeah, dude, for sure. And I don't know, man. I'm a superstitious person. Not like insanely, but like I'm not trying to steal, I'm not trying to steal anything from anybody, even if it's a ghost town. I get mementos and that kind of thing, but like buy a t-shirt from the place or something if they offer something like that. Don't just go stealing stuff. Marion can't stay, just jumped in to say hello, chat. I'll try to watch later and catch the next one. Yeah, for sure, Marion. I believe she's in Canada, so I'm not sure what the time difference is, but I appreciate you at least stopping by to say hi. Velasquez, hello. I haven't been subscribed for long here, but I love your creepy stories. Well, thank you, my friend. Definitely a lot of new subs coming in, which is awesome. I always appreciate that for sure. We're almost at a quarter million, which is mind boggling to say. Maybe one day we'll be at 1 million. I'll get that fancy gold play button. That'd be cool. Umar Uden, what's your favorite horror movie, bro? Man, pardon me. There's so many good ones. I don't know if I haven't. Oh my god, I love it. I just keep seeing. No, you're good.
Conjuring 2, Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Exorcism of Emily Rose, The Conjuring.
Exorcist.
Conjuring 2 definitely is a solid one. It's got some campy moments, but all around I think they did a pretty good job. I really like the original Silent Hill, and I actually recently heard that they're probably doing a sequel to it with the original cast and director. So I'm still, oh my god, you can see the fur flowing. I'm gonna have to vacuum later. But yeah, no, I'm really excited for that for sure. Trying to think of any others. I really enjoyed the first like 3 Resident Evil movies. I loved the games. I played Resident Evil 4 on GameCube so hard. I ran through it probably like 3 or 4 times. I need to get the remastering for PlayStation 5, or I think it was for 4, but they have it on 5 as well. So answer that. Hopefully, I touched on a couple. Let's see. Tracy Torello, I joined your Patreon today. Well, thank you and welcome, Tracy. I got a bunch of ad-free content on there. I'm gonna try to. I got some the ad-free podcast episodes on there too. I'm gonna try to do some more member related stuff, both on Patreon and the YouTube membership community here. So again, I appreciate you very much. Bisco, I see a breath puppy back there. A breath puppy. Yeah, she's a goober, man. She's all over the place. And she has like a pile of toys back behind the couch. So I mean, I know you can't really see it now, but there's like a soccer ball back behind Meg on the couch. And then she's got a raccoon, a moose, a fox. Does she have a fox still?
Yeah.
Raccoon, moose, fox. I call it a Kraken because my media company is Kraken Media LLC. So, but it's like an octopus. We got her. She's still very confused with both of these, but we have alligator for her, and then we just got her like a little lemon man, and she's so confused, dude. She's like, "What is this?" And then she has a big old rope toy, but she like never plays with it. All of the toys.
Even though she's a big dog,
even though she's a big dog, dude, I swear she doesn't know. Like she doesn't know that her mouth like expands properly to like grab the toys. Beautiful puppy. Oh, no worries. Yeah. I was like breath puppy. I was like, all right.
She does breathe heavy.
She does do heavy breathing to like, hey, I got to go out, or hey, I want to play, or hey, I'm trying to bait you for a treat. But I appreciate that. Yeah, she's a sweetheart. Let's see what else we got.
Oh, I'd love to go to Canada.
I would too. Yeah. Prairie Winds and Wildflowers Spiritual Arts. Would you ever come to Canada to do an investigation? There's so many places I could take you, refer for you to check out. Definitely let me know those places if you want to shoot me an email. It's just mysteryarchives@gmail.com. I would love to visit Canada. Actually, I have a passport now, so I can. Hopefully, I mean, I'm not on like a no-fly list or anything, so hopefully immigration won't tie me up too hard. But yeah, no, I would love to visit Canada for sure. Actually, I have a few friends over the years that have been from Canada, or like associates, I guess. I consider them friends. Yeah, no, it just seems like a pretty beautiful country to visit for sure. In White, which mysteries do we not yet know are mysteries, and which mysteries do we not yet know are mysteries, but will become known as mysteries? That is an intense question, my friend. I don't know. I'm not much of a major philosopher. Yeah, dude, I don't know. That's above my pay grade, bro. But great question. Definitely above my pay grade, though. Sean Johnson, York's a very haunted place if you ever come over to the UK. Definitely will have to check out York at some point for sure. York's, is that in England? York's? Is that Yorkshire or just York's?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yorkshire.
Because there's a lot of them that it's like, you know, there's
Right. Yeah,
Cambridge,
yeah, yeah.
Cambridgeshire,
And I'm not familiar. So
Yorkshire. It might just mean Yorkshire.
maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think it might mean
Yorkshire. It's funny. I know about Yorkshire because I believe that's where one of my favorite bands, Bring Me the Horizons, from. I think that's how I know that. Crimson Conquest Customs. Hey, Mystery Archives, what got you into telling scary stories? I touched upon it a little bit early in the stream, but I grew up having a few different paranormal experiences, and just always enjoyed um, creative writing. I don't think I mentioned this, but I've always been really into creative writing, and I've always enjoyed, uh, shows like Unsolved Mysteries. A Haunting used to scare the crap out of me. Um, what's that?
Sorry, York.
Oh yeah,
York.
Oh, it's just York. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll have to check it out. I'm not sure where York's at, but we'll have to look it up for sure. But yeah, I just enjoyed that kind of content, and I got furloughed in 2020. I had the original idea to do something like Mystery Archives, and I actually named the channel back in 2016. And then 4 years later, when I got furloughed, I was like, what can I, put my passion and creativity into? And I started Mystery Archive. Well, I started making regular content, I should say. Oh, you hear our robot, our security robot. No, you're good. It's fine. So yeah, that's kind of what got me into scary stories. I'm one of those weird people and I'm sure that a lot of you guys are like this, especially with my content, where I fall asleep to scary stuff like that, or just like documentaries or unsolved mysteries. I mean, I guess I would consider that more like documentary-esque. But yeah, I still fall asleep to stuff like that on the daily. Elaine Collins, isn't there a portal to hell in the UK, like a legit cave? That's a great question, dude. There's a lot of places that are purported, supposed portals to hell, but I wouldn't be shocked, probably. I mean, I don't know if any of them are actual portals to hell, but there are definitely a lot of places that claim to be, no doubt. Miss Anna Marie Angel, awesome. Yeah, I think I've seen that one so far. There's Ancient Ram Inn and places like that. I have heard of the Ancient Ram Inn for sure. Somewhere. I don't know a ton about the history, but I know that it is pretty dang old and it's got some ghost stories surrounding it. Oliver Gold, no, it's other way around. It's taking something from a haunted location and bringing it to yours. That's worse. That's kind of what I'm saying. Like no one should be bringing any like haunted stuff home or anything just from, that isn't theirs, that they stole a home from a spooky place. Would not recommend it. Would not recommend it. I would even argue we've had some stuff follow us. Because like even when you were down with Bob and Brittany and I was up here, I was having creepy, weird stuff happen for a little bit. So if anything creepy, weird ever happens, man, burn some sage. I've seen it work time and time again. Would highly recommend to use sage and Palo Santo and cleanse your house, man, for sure. If you happen to be unfortunate enough to have done that to yourself. Return the item and cleanse your house. Not saying you have, but just anyone out there in general. Let's see. Miss Anna Marie Angel. Yes, there is a lane, Hellfire Caves. Oh man, that sounds so cool. I'll have to write that down too. I don't know if I'll ever get to all of these topics, but man, we can try. Crimson Conquest Customs. Are you going to watch the Nosferatu movie coming out this December? You want to go see it? It sounds interesting for sure. I don't think I've ever seen the original. I've seen clips of it though. I think it's from like the 20s or 30s. I can't quite remember. Yeah, we don't really go to the movies a ton, but we did just go see Twisters, which was sick. I wish we could have seen it in 4DX, but we don't have a 4DX around here. But yeah, it was pretty good. I think it was like a solid 7 out of 10. So I'd recommend checking it out.
There's some cheese in the beginning, but it does.
Oh yeah, dude, there's oh my god. I don't want to give it away, but I laughed so hard at the beginning, dude. Oh my god. We'll just say they encounter an F5 like right from the jump, and oh my god, dude, it's hilarious. If you have a dark sense of humor, it's hilarious. Kayla Marie, how often do you go live? So an in-person live, like actually hopping on and either investigating or doing like, like a community chat or something like that. Not super often. I think the last one I did that was in person was our Morgue City investigation. So I think that was like 4 or 5 months ago. I'd like to try to make it a more regular thing. I just would have to like, I don't know, get more creative and more comfortable with it, I guess. Hopefully I'm doing an all right job. I don't know. I'm just kind of winging it. Elaine, that's it. Yep, for sure. Pardon me. Renaissance Batman. Hey Cody, when will the ghost hunting tour start? Man, I would love to.
I'm
I know. Yeah, it's just it just costs a lot of money to travel places and investigate and permissions and all of that, but I definitely would like to get some stuff going. We have a few locations. Like I know one is a decommissioned super haunted prison. Would love to do a video there, an investigation there. And like I said, we're working on a documentary at a place down in Missouri, and there's a couple different places. So soon, hopefully. Like I said, we've done some stuff, just haven't made any content around it. It's just been more like personal adventures, but I definitely need to share that stuff with you guys for sure. River Euphrates, what's your favorite album of all time? Ooh, that's a good question. Oh man, I don't think I have an absolute favorite, but I have a few that I could tell you off the top of my head. So I'm a big rock and metal fan. I mean, I enjoy some other kinds of music too, but that's like my main go-to. Um, One of the most influential records I think for me has been Breaking Benjamin Phobia. Like growing up, that's kind of what got me into heavier music, or like on the cusp of being heavier, like down tuned guitars and whatnot, some heavier vocals. Um, Meteora by Linkin Park, I think. Well, I mean, Hybrid Theory as well, but Meteora for sure. And then like some heavier music. This is Exile by Whitechapel was pretty influential for a good time. Um, Bring Me the Horizon. I can't even say the name of the album. I feel like they'll demonetize me, but it's S Season. Um, One of the more technical and like beautiful records I'd have to say would probably have to be Exoplanet by the Contortionist. I really, really enjoy. Um, for many of you that don't know, I've actually been in multiple bands and have put out a few different albums with those bands as a heavy vocalist. Um, Ironically, I'm like super reserved, but I used to play metal shows and toured for a little bit. So that was cool. But yeah, as did Bob, actually. I think Bob, he might have done vocals, but he played bass too. We were never in a band together, but we should start something for sure. We just, again, we need money, money for instruments. You guys, I mean, obviously I can't go show you, but in the room where my turtle's at, back behind the bookshelf there, I actually have like a really expensive electronic drum kit as well that I play just for fun. Just for enjoyment and just keeping, the skill up and, all that good stuff. So those are a few. I mean, I could say a bunch. I mean, Mudvayne is ridiculously good and they were super far ahead of their time when they first came out. I mean, I could go on all day, man. But those are a few for me for sure. Now I listen to a lot. I mean, I listen from everything from like metalcore, deathcore, to like technical death metal, tech death, whatever you want to call it. All that stuff. Love that stuff. Lynn Pierce, let's see her. She's beautiful. Bet she's beautiful. If if she'll come over.
She kind of was, but
Oh, she's laying down.
she's laying down.
We'll try to get her before the stream ends, but I don't know. She's just a big goober. She's laying. I'll tell you what, if I can't get her to come over before the end of the stream, I'll try
Post a
to.
picture.
Oh yeah, I'll post a picture or something. All right. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Da, da, da. York isn't, that's from Miss Annie Marie Angel. York is the northeast, in northeast England. Very cool. Great info to have. Jammereer, Fort Mifflin in Philadelphia is my favorite place to ghost hunt. Always get a ton of EVPs. Good to know. I've never been to Philadelphia either, but I definitely would love to go and check it out. Courtney Nichols, you're both
Cuties.
cuties. I was like QTs. I was like trying to think of the acronym. Thanks.
Thank you,
Oh, well, thank
Courtney.
you. Appreciate that. I'm confused with that. I'm not going to read that one.
Jorge, my dad stole a Corona beer.
Yeah, that's
from
what I
my
was saying. I
grandma.
was like, what? Oh, from a grave foos. Hella dumb. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know if I'd be going taking dead people's beers. I think yeah, you know, they might need it more than I do. Like Elaine Collins, best I can do is burn some Italian seasoning. Oh, with
it's
cleansing.
sage.
That's fair. That's I don't know. You probably would make friends with the entities in your house though, or
Like me.
you're like, my life is already pain and misery. You don't want to be here anyways. Sean Johnson, Croswell Crags is the haunted caves. Apparently, it's not too far from my house. I'll have to check it out and let you know. Yeah,
Cool.
Sean, definitely let me know, man, for sure. I'll have to write those down, see if they
Stay
correlate
safe while
with
you
the
do
other.
it, but
Yeah, no, definitely
let
stay
us
safe for
know.
sure. If they're anything like the caves, God, what is the cave system that the Mammoth Cave system in Appalachia? If they're anything like that, man, definitely be extremely careful for sure. Laura Parkin, hey, have you heard of the Black Month at 30 East Dive in Pontefract? It's funny. I think you're the third person to bring that up. I have now for sure. It's on my list to make a video on, so I appreciate it.
Oh, it's between Leeds and Hull. Okay.
You would know that. I don't know where that is. That is irrelevant to me at this particular point, but I do appreciate the info. Kayla Marie, I'm very pleased that I found your channel. I'm very happy to be a new fan. I'm happy to have you for sure. Hopefully we'll be lifelong homies. Oliver Gold, if Plucky and Kent is the most haunted village in the UK, then York has been voted the most haunted city, apparently. Very interesting for sure. Elaine, Hellfire Caves had a cult thing going from a long time back where they supposedly did rituals and all kinds of debauchery, but it might just have been an old-timey D&D club. I love that thought that like everyone's like thinking it's like this crazy, horrible stuff, and it's just a bunch of nerds in a cave. Yeah, who knows, man? Courtney Nichols, any Michigan, USA content we can expect. So it's funny because I've referenced it a couple times, but the haunting on Church Street that I put out, like a month or two ago, one of my favorites actually takes place in Michigan. Man, I forget the town off the top of my head. Standish, Michigan, which I'm not totally sure where that's at. Again, off the top of my head, but I'm sure there's some other stories that I'll cover that'll be Michigan based as well. Not any that I know of anytime soon because I did just put that one out, but I'll definitely try and keep my eye out for sure for you. Renaissance Batman, can I tell you an experience of mine? Yeah, dude, for sure. Yeah, I was gonna say if you want to email me at mysteryarchives@gmail.com, that would be sick. I'm trying to do subscriber stories regularly. Like I said, either tomorrow or Saturday, I'm going to put out a new episode with the ones that I've, like 3 out of the 4 that I've had submitted so far. Oh, Pluckly. My bad. Sorry about that.
No.
Oh, gotcha. Miss Anna Marie Angel. I agree. Oliver Pluckley is the most haunted village. Defoe, but yes, York is haunted in Northeast. There are loads of UK. I'm just trailing off at this point. Not trying to be rude. I'm just getting tired, man. Elaine, I mean, I need someone to talk to other than these kids. Dude, you're not wrong though. Someone to spill your woes to play D&D with the demons. Roll for initiative. You're keeping it captive in your room or something in your house. You have it chained up to the radiator in the basement. Oh man, that's so funny. River Euphrates, by the way, thank you for doing the Riddle House episode. You're welcome, man. Bob wrote that one, at least I think the majority of it, so you're very welcome. I thought it was a super interesting place for sure. Vivian Martison, Cody. Hey, what's up? Thank you for doing this one. You're welcome. You're very welcome.
And then Mike,
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm working my way down. Book of Mike G. What up, Cody? Mike G. Oh, dude, that met you at Olive Garden, checking in from the central coast of California. Hope you guys are doing awesome. Yeah, dude. Actually, it's funny. Mike was our server at Olive Garden a bunch of times. Well, hey man, I hope everything's doing good. I hope you're doing great. Obviously, we're still hanging in there. We haven't been to Olive Garden in a hot minute though. No. Oh man, yeah. Hopefully you're having a better time than serving us Gremlins pasta for sure. But no, we appreciate you, man. Thank you for stopping in. It's funny, like I always like I'm terrible with keeping up with people, but I know Meg actually follows you pretty regularly. So like vicariously in a way I keep track too. So from getting updates from her. So definitely keep on keeping on, bro. Seems like you're doing pretty good. Oh yeah, you said hey Mike, very nice. Jason, this has been such an amazing live stream. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I've just been winging it. So I hope if you guys enjoy me doing this stuff, I wouldn't mind doing it more often. Just if people are gonna watch, I'm down. Book of Mike G. Hola, Megan. Hello. Alcira Ladura Cody is best pony. I'm not sure what that means, bro, but all right. Appreciate it, I guess. Lynn Pierce, yeah, that'll work. And thank you. I used to have an Alaskan Malamute years ago. I love those types of dogs, Huskies, etc. Dude, they're awesome. So she doesn't have the brains that most Huskies have. She's not, I mean, it sounds mean because she's so sweet, but she's not super bright and she's not super talkative, which is super in our benefit because she's not trying to escape like Husky. I know Huskies are notorious escape artists. She doesn't try to escape. She did that one time, the first time you went out of town when you were in Scotland, when I stayed here, when I was going to leave to go do the Sally House investigation. And we were putting everything in the car and stuff. And everyone who was coming was rendezvousing at our place. That was the only time I think that she ran outside because she thought, Meg, her mom, was going to be out there. The only time she's been crazy. Other than that, like someone is like people have left the gates open and she's gotten out that way. But it's super funny because she like stays within like a 2 or 3 house radius, like because she's like scared of the outside. Like the outside I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I've just conditioned her that way or what, but you remember the time we freaked out because we heard her barking and realized the gate was open and she was outside and then she just jumped into a pile of leaves when we were trying to get her. Yeah, no, dude, she's a goober. And she's not very loud either. Like she barks a little bit, like especially when she's outside, but she doesn't do like the husky scream or anything, which I think is hilarious, but also it saves my sanity for her not to do that. Sean Johnson, the Black Monk of Pontefract House isn't far from York, just so you know. Oh, well, thank you for letting me know, man, for sure. I know that I think the only time we'll be in England will be at the airport, right, in October.
Yeah, which is way down south.
Yeah, I was going to say we're not going to be able to like really explore England this go, but it's definitely on my list for sure. Yeah, I would say another trip would be great. I'd like to visit Germany as well. Elaine, have a black dog as a pet, straight hound of the Baskervilles type demon puppy. Yeah, so you just have a hellhound chilling. You would. Vivian Martison, it's 1 a.m. in Ireland. That's crazy. It's about almost 7 p.m. here. It's 6:58. It's definitely quite the time difference. What is that, a 6-hour time difference?
That's the same as from
Hannah. Oh yeah, it is. It is, I guess. How far is this is gonna sound super stupid and American of me, but how far is Scotland from Ireland?
Really not that far.
It's not that far.
No,
I know everything's a lot closer together.
England,
That's why.
And Scotland,
yeah,
and Wales, and then from Wales, it's like there's like a little channel.
Oh damn!
And then Ireland.
I'd like to visit Ireland too. Ireland definitely seems like a beautiful country to visit. You and whenever I think of Ireland too, now I think of was it Dairy Girls? Yeah, I think of Dairy Girls. That's funny. Oliver Gold, there's a low budget movie called When the Lights Went Out that is pretty good. Has a Coronation Street feel to it though. I don't
Oh,
watch
sweet.
soaps anymore. The movie's about 30 East Drive. I'll have to check it out, man, for
Coronation
sure.
Street is British soap.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's classic.
Oh, okay,
Classic.
fair enough. Like over here, like my mom used to be super into soaps, man. She used to watch
The soaps over there.
I don't remember all of them, but I definitely remember General's Hospital. Jesus, dude, she would watch that. She watched it years and years and years. They'd kill the same characters and bring him back all the time, dude. It was crazy. Good old soaps. Book of Mike G. Things are going well. I'm full-time freelancing for Big Dog Motorcycles now. We'll fly home to check in with them soon. Thanks for the shout out. Hey, you're welcome, man. It's funny, actually, one of the guys that I used to paint with, he became a painter trainer. He started out painting for Big Dog Motorcycles, I believe, over here. And then when they closed, he came over to the company that I was at. I mean, he was there long before me, but like he went to aircraft after Big Dog. But yeah, man, no problem. Matthias, it's My Little Pony friendship and magic meme. You just say YouTuber and they say they're the best pony. You know, it's funny because like so this was with my ex. She had a younger sister, and basically because of that, 'cause I mean, I don't mind hanging out with kids watching cartoons or whatever. You remember the Blippi incident?
Yes, the Blippi.
Oh God, not the Blippi. But yeah, so I actually watched a little bit of My Little Pony, and it, you know, it was an all right show. I definitely wouldn't call myself like a brony by any means, but you know, it's a cute kid show. Vivian Marston, Japanese Akita and horses are my babies. Very nice. What is Japanese Akita though? Is it a type of horse?
I'm pretty sure an Akita, you know, like the dog.
Oh, it's a type of dog?
Right, an Akita.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to Google it now. So I don't sound crazy. Japanese Akita. Oh yeah, it is a type of dog. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, nice.
Aren't they cute?
They're adorable.
It's kind of like a Shiba Inu.
It's kind of like a Shiba Inu for sure. I know, dude. I keep just like getting lost in the sauce over here.
Clarified that he was just doing it to be random. It wasn't a brony thing.
Oh, gotcha. All right, fair enough, man. You're good. I'm not necessarily. I guess I didn't like take it that way. I'm just saying, like, you know, like I've seen the show and stuff. I just like, you know, wouldn't consider myself one or anything. Funnily enough, actually, my friend Edgar, who I was in a band with, he played guitar. Our band was called the Philadelphia Experiment, and he had a brony or a My Little Pony guitar strap, and like I just always thought it was hilarious. But he's a random dude like that.
Oh, I hope you have a good date, Al.
Where's Al? Oh, is he heading out?
Gotta go.
Hey man, hope you have a great day. Take it easy. Loretta Searcy. Hi, Cody and Megan. I hope y'all are doing well. Love your channel. Well, thank you so much. I'd say we're doing pretty good. I'm just like, oh no, I'm running out of questions and I don't have more content. Vivian says, hi, Megan. Oliver Gold. Well, from Liverpool to Dublin in 3 hours by ferry and an hour by Leeds, Bradford. Definitely good to know for sure. Elaine, oh God, General's Hospital, one life to live, Days of Our Lives. My mom might have watched Days of Our Lives. I'm not sure, but definitely General Hospital. Actually, today's her birthday. Happy birthday, Mom. I don't think she's in here, but I'm going to take her to Red Robin here after the stream ends. If you ever are from Laura Parkin, if you ever get the chance, you should pop in North Wales. I would love to visit Wales too. I just want to visit Europe in general, man, all over the place. Miss Annie Marie Angel, my cat acts like a dog, dude. Yeah, well, my old cat Kara was very dog like. But speaking of my best friend and neighbor Cody with a C, so he has a little tiny cat who's fully grown. Her name's Venus. I swear she's like kitten sized, but she's fully grown. I think she weighs all of like 4 or 5 pounds. Like she's tiny, and she acts like a dog. Like she begs, she wags her tail. Like it's so hilarious, man. She's such a sweetheart. And it's funny because Cody's like this like gruff, like rough dude. And like he's got so much love for this tiny little kitty. Like if any, like he would John Wick anyone who hurt that cat. It's so funny, dude. Because you see him and you'd be like, yeah, no, dude, that dude has zero empathy for anything. And nah, he's got this
He
tiny little
loves
kitty that
that.
he would kill for. Uh, Book of Mike G, happy birthday to my mom. Yeah, today's her birthday. Elaine Collins, you should watch Evil on Paramount. It's awesome. I mean, I don't think we don't have Paramount, but my dad does. Maybe I could bum off him. But yeah, we have like HBO Max. I think I don't have Netflix anymore. Yeah, I think that's like the only main subscription I have because we have AT&T fiber or whatever. We got it for free with that. But that reminds me, and actually I should have mentioned this earlier when I was asked like favorite movies. The 2013 version of Evil Dead I thought was superb. I think that's probably the best horror movie to come out in the last like 20 years. I don't know why I didn't mention that, but I just wasn't thinking about it. Miss Anna Marie Angel, she wags her tail, loves belly being rubbed. Crazy cat of mine, Smudgy. I love that name, Smudgy the kitty with the belly rubs. That's amazing. Aim, hey Cody, appreciate your videos. I'm kind of a magnet for these things, and I'll share my stories when I feel up to it. Are you a believer in the paranormal, Cody? I'm a physicist, but I'm still a believer, you know? And hey, that's sick, man. If you would love to share your stories with me, if you're comfortable with that, shoot me an email. You know, there's no rush on that. Just mysteryarchives@gmail.com. And I do think a lot of things can be debunked and explained, but I mean, having had my own experiences several times, I do think that it's definitely a real phenomenon. And that's very cool that you're a physicist and you're also a believer in the paranormal, because I know a lot of people who dive heavily into certain sciences usually tend to go the opposite route. So no, that's very neat, dude, for sure. Very cool. Elaine Collins, energy transfers, and we're just a bunch of electrical impulses, more or less. Yeah, I mean, true. Yeah, a brain is just a big, I don't even know, like a big computer, really. And it's just, yeah, it's all electrical. What is it? What is the thing that they say? Energy can't be created or stored or destroyed. It can only be created and not stored or destroyed. Something like that. I don't remember.
We're not physicists.
Hey, I'm not a physicist.
We're not.
I'm just a dumb dude with a YouTube channel. Renaissance Batman. I got 5 of those kitties. Muffin, Tai Lung, I think. Laya, Odin, and Thor. They are literally demons in disguise, but I love them to death. It's funny because like almost all of the cats I ever had growing up were black cats. Like I always call them my little void kitties. They are, dude, they like, I don't know, man. Cats are so different than dogs. Like I love cats too, don't get me wrong. I'm just mildly allergic to them, but I still give them lovies. But yeah, dude, they're so like having a cat is so different by comparison to having a dog, in my opinion, because like cats are so like particular. They'll let you love them when like they want to be loved and like, but they like still like play shenanigans on you. You know, like they'll come up and like, I mean, for example, like my cat Kara, when she was a kitten, my old cat, I should say, she's since passed on, used to steal my brother's food because he's 6 years younger than me. So like at the time, I think I was 8, so he would have been like 2. He had like McDonald's chicken nuggets in our living room. I think we were watching like Spy Kids or something. And Kara like ran up, scratched him in the back. He gets up crying to go to one of my parents. And then I watched this feral, tiny little void kitty just drag the nuggets off into the corner and just like ferociously eat them. And I'm just like, oh my God, dude. Cats aren't playing around. But yeah, they're different creatures for sure, man. But I love them. Sean Johnson, it's currently 1 a.m. in England, and I'm getting told off for my phone volume being too loud. So I'm gonna go now. Keep up the good work. Look forward to hearing about 30 East Drive. For sure, Sean, it's on the list, and I appreciate you being here. So I hope you have a good rest of your night. Lynn Pierce, Young and the Restless was one everyone watched. Yeah, dude, I'll have to ask her. She might have been down. I might have been one that she watched. Oh, pardon me. Like I said, man, I got the burps. I've been drinking sugar-free NOS, so I'm just like, Jesse Hepner. Hopefully I'm saying Hefner or Hepner. I'm a big fan of a haunting TV series, and that's how I found your channel. I was wondering if you could do more demonic haunting videos like this Merle haunting. I really enjoy your channel. It's funny you mentioned that. Actually, the next really long video, pardon me, that I'm working on is of one of the craziest demonic cases that I've ever heard of. I think this story was on um, Paranormal Witness, which actually this was like I did watch the episode as a reference because it has interviews and stuff in it, and it was the first time I actually watched Witness, and I thought it was a really really cool show. It was kind of like a haunting, but man, a haunting will always be my all time favorite. I mean, I've literally bought subscriptions and like actually I think for Christmas for myself I ordered the first like I think the first 3 seasons on DVD just to have them, you know, in case for some reason in my even though like the internet's pretty much always going to be a thing, like, you know, I can't find it anywhere. Yeah, definitely one of the best. Yeah, demonic hauntings are really interesting and entertaining to cover. Just anything aside, whether you believe it or not, it's still like really entertaining to dive into and make content on. So for sure, I will definitely make a bunch more demonic haunting videos. Elaine Collins can't be created or destroyed, just transferred. Got you. I probably sound like an absolute idiot for butchering that, but I appreciate it. Matthias, hey Cody, here's a question for you. How do you feel about Stairways and Doors to Nowhere that I told you about some time ago? Dude, I actually forgot to make a video on that. I don't remember exactly. It was a while ago. I think it was at least like a year ago that you told me about that. I don't know, man. It's weird. You know what I mean? Like a stairway in the middle of the forest. Like that's strange to me. You know, maybe God, it reminds me of Stoll when the church was there, that they had the stairway that supposedly if you went there on a certain time, I don't remember if it was Halloween, it might have been Halloween or sometime during winter. Because is it the winter equinox?
Winter solstice.
Is it solstice or equinox?
I don't know.
I'm terrible with that too. I should probably know that, but one of the two. And I do remember, granted, it was my first video ever that I got whichever name wrong, but I think when you went there at a certain time, maybe midnight, and you went down the stairs, supposedly you couldn't come back or something like that. So I love the idea of stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'll have to look back into that for sure. Elaine Collins sounds like my Fat House Panther Chowder. I love that its name is Chowder. That's hilarious. Alden Brookshire. Hey bro, love your videos. How's your day? It's been pretty good today. Let's see. We've been getting up early, dude. Like I think I got up at like 5 a.m. And I'm normally not a morning person. This has just been the thing recently. Like usually I'm a stay up all night, sleep till the afternoon kind of a person, but no, I think I got up, I took a bath, worked on some SEO stuff here on the YouTubes. Like I did like some subtitle work and stuff like that. What else did I do? Some laundry.
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you were busy doing stuff. And then set all this up. And then as soon as I'm done, which I'm gonna have to head out here shortly, probably around like 7:30 or so, or until I run out of questions. So I can go take my mom out for her birthday. She wants to go to Red Robin, go get a burger. So yeah, I'd say all around a pretty good day. I've just been winging this, and you know, it's been pretty fun for me. Hopefully you guys have been having a good time too. I guess the real question is how is your day going? Miss Anna Marie Angel, Cody, yeah, I agree. This is one of mine. She's a little bugger sometimes, or at times. My cat is, but she really does have character. My fiance, she smelled his feet, so he has to smell hers, and she went psycho on him. That's funny. Dude, some people might consider this kind of gross. I don't care. I love the smell of dog paws. Like it smells like Doritos, and I'm like, oh, dude, I love it. Like it's probably bacteria, but like when I'm snuggling with my puppy, dude, I sniff their paws. I don't even care. If I get canceled for that, I get canceled for that. Is what it is. I know. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh man. Michael Taylor, plenty of paranormal stuff here in the Midlands, England. Oh, and I decided to frame the t-shirt you sent me. Very nice. Yeah, dude, I remember sending you your shirt actually. Um, gosh, speaking of giveaways, real quick. It's not a shirt, but that one's a little. I have one that's mine and then one I was going to give away. It's not the books, that'll be for another one. But so I had these printed. I guess it is a little smushed from travel. I'll fix that. No big deal. I have these posters that I sell in my store, but I'm getting ready to redo my store to where I won't have a bunch of the older stuff that I've had there. I'm going to do some new shirt designs, new poster designs, and I'm actually going to arrange a giveaway for this pretty soon. So if you want to take your chances with the giveaway, you know, I'll sign it, ship it to you for free if you win. If not, I would order one now. Yeah, just check out the store link. But yeah, no, it's funny. I've got 2 left. So one I'll keep for the memories and then one I'll give away. So, oh, maybe I will do a shirt giveaway at some point too. We'll have to see. That just costs a lot more, to be honest. Let's see here.
Samantha tried to call. So
okay,
bye,
you heading
guys.
out? Bye, Megan. Miss Anna Marie Angel. I love a haunting. I have the whole series of 1 through 3 and 5, but I need a major catch up with that. I feel you for sure. I think I've watched all of them probably too many times, way too many times, but I love it so much. Like dude, I just like it's so there's something about that early 2000s reenactment nostalgia that I just absolutely I'm like, dude, I love this so much. And it gets the gears turning and it's like if I hear of a case too, I want to cover it. So, oh man, all-time favorite show of that genre for sure. Aiden Brookshire, hey, I got a video for you if you're ever in Texas called Yorktown Memorial Hospital. I'll have to write that down. Probably depends on where at in Texas. My dad actually lives in Louisville, which is like a suburb of Dallas. I haven't been like super all over Texas. I've been to, let's see, pardon me, Houston, Dallas. Oh God, where else? It's an island. It's on the tip of my tongue. God dang it. I keep wanting to say San Pedro, but it's not San Pedro. That's a case. It's in the Gulf, not Galveston. God dang it. Padre, South Padre Island. I've been to multiple times. I love it down there. There it goes. The gears are finally coming. Yeah, no, not Baytown. South Padre for sure. And I've been to Laredo a few times because I've been to Mexico, so we've been down through Laredo a few times. I have some family down there too. I think I'm gonna wrap up the last of these questions, guys, and then I'm gonna get off here and hit the road. Go take my mom out for a burger for her birthday. But let's see. Elaine, he got named that because he eats like the cartoon character chowder. Oh, dude, I bet he does. You have to send me a picture of him. In Berkshire, happy birthday to your mom, and my day is great. Or Alden Berkshire, I should say. My apologies there. I'll definitely tell her happy birthday from you. I appreciate that. And I'm glad to hear you're having a great day too, for sure. SD, the beat haunted houses, buildings, and locations are the ones that are not famous. The ones that are local, unassuming places that are barely noticed by passerbys. You know, that's a really great point because a lot of places that you wouldn't even think are haunted. It's a really interesting phenomena for sure. Elaine Collins, Frito Paws are absolutely something that is beloved in vet med. I'm glad I'm not alone then because I'm like, man, people are going to think I'm a freak. I love it, dude. Miss Annie Marie Angel, LOL, it was hilarious her reaction though, hissed at him as if to say, my feet are clean, thank you. Hey man, we want to kiss and touch our pets' toe beans, all right? It sounds like the kitty got offended. Book of G, I got to head out. One of my recent vids is performing well, 83K views and counting. It's a good feeling after all of the work. I'll keep checking in, keep it up. Hey, man, I'll have to check it out as well. Congratulations. Trust me, I know. It's one of the most rewarding things, I think, to have your work viewed by that many people and enjoyed. It's a really great feeling. Jason, the craziest haunting episodes had to be the Weed Chief horror when the drunk guy gets possessed at the bar. Yeah, dude, I remember that one. And the voiceover for it, because they make, if I'm not mistaken, they make a Ouija board, like a makeshift Ouija board, and just like craziness starts going down. Yeah, dude, I remember that one. That's one of like the main UK ones, I think, in the earlier seasons. Jimmerer, if you haven't hit the thumbs up button, please do so. Yes, please do. Whether you're watching it live just now or on the replay later, it really does help me out. It helps push the content out to more people. Michael Taylor, happy birthday to your mom, Cody. Thank you, man. I'll definitely let her know for sure. Definitely message me, Elaine, for sure. Laura Pawkin, see you. Hope your mom enjoys her birthday. Looking forward to watching the 30 East Drive and the rest of your content. Absolutely love it. Thank you very much, Laura. I appreciate you. Miss Anna Marie Angel, I would like to email you if it's okay, Cody. Have some pictures I caught in stories. Yeah, please do. Just mysteryarchives@gmail.com. Pardon me. Well, thanks, Elaine. Yeah, no, I agree. It's been a blast. And thank you, Nelly. I'll definitely let her know. I guess that's it, guys. If you want to go hit the like button, follow me on all my platforms, which I have linked below, and we'll do something similar sometime in the future. But yeah, no, thank you guys for being here. It's been a great time, and hope you have a good rest of your day. See ya.